Ododo, ododo, only one wants you. Ìgbàgbéwẹ́, ìgbàgbénu wẹ̀gbẹ́, òwe ọ̀hún àfẹ́dẹ́, òwe ọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀bẹ̀tù, ẹ̀wà nù. Ìgbàgbéwẹ́, ìgbàgbénu wẹ̀gbẹ́, òun bá fẹ́dẹ́, òun bá fẹ́dẹ́, òwe ọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀bẹ̀tù, ẹ̀wà nù. Ododo, 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 amebo, ododo, ododo, amebo, ododo, Ìgbàgbéwá, ìgbàgbénu wẹ̀gbẹ́, òwe ọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀bẹ̀tù, ẹ̀wà nù. Ododo, ododo, money that yeah, aye, ododo, 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 ìgbàgbénu wẹ̀gbẹ́.
Enjoy free delivery in Lagos and Abuja now when you order items above 4,999 naira. From groceries to shoes, clothes, fashion accessories, phones and
Ododo, ododo, amebe, ododo, money that yeah, aye, ododo, ododo, okay. Ìgbàgbéwá, ìgbàgbénu wẹ̀gbẹ́, òun bá fẹ́dẹ́, òun ọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀bẹ̀tù, ẹ̀wà nù.
It's bad version. There has to be a reason that's not pairing.
Do mina mina do papa do. Do mina mina do mina mina.
If this is not working, let me try this. Now, good evening. Good evening to you all. Good evening to you all. Waya Obota. Sorry, just trying to play a particular music. Very good, very good, very good, very good. All right. Aha. Good evening. Waya Lamogu, Waya Obota. Uh, Happy Sunday to all of you. Do Waya Isee. Today, we have to so we have to we have to allow open the floor so that everybody can contribute to today's program. That's what we want to do. But before we do that, I'd like to officially announce to the House that by God's grace, by the power of God and our ancestors, we're going to be having, I'm still yet to brief my Secretary General, someone I respect so much, Sorry, Maimyon, sir. Our annual Agadagada will hold by the power of God and our ancestors this year, and to be the largest by far that you've heard. And I'm saying it categorically, very confident that we're going to be assembling not less than 35 Royal Majesties. 35 Royal Majesties outside Edo State, who traces their ancestry to Benin Kingdom. Last year, we assembled about 17. Last 3 years, because last 3 years it didn't hold because of COVID. last 2 years, we assembled about 25 here in Benin. But this year, at least 35 royal majesties will be assembled in Benin Kingdom. Like I said, like I've always believed, I'm a child of destiny. I'm not a Facebook rabble rouser. I am a game changer and I'm a go-getter. Why this year will be at least 35 royal majesties is because by the ordination of God and our ancestors, the royal palace of the Oba of Benin is willing to make it even easier for us to assemble all Benin descendants who are kings within the Delta, Bayelsa, River State, Anambra State, Ekiti, Lagos. We are going to be. I will have to. I'm attending next 2 months the Oben Shimon Festival, obviously, in Ghana, with a prospect. Otherwise, the program was supposed to have been in July, but with the prospect to invite some of the Ga people, the Ga Nongwa people, to join us in our program by hopefully by August. So by August, there will be an assemblage of kings, elites of great Benin descendants. And I'm certain even a governor or two might also be present for this year's Agada Summit. And it's not going to be one day. We're going to be having almost 3 days activities, a day. More of like we're going to almost have a royal banquet where the Oba of Benin will entertain and probably have an audience and entertainment with other Benin descendants who have been kings in their respective places. So by a week or two, we are going to start visitations. We're going to start visitations. We're going to start invitations and visitations. All right, so we're going to be having a series of meetings in about a week from now so that the plan will kick off in earnest. So we're going to be having 3 to 4 months plan, earnest plan of how to get our people all together, and it's going to be marvelous in the sight of God and our ancestors. This is an Italian red wine, sweet red wine. One of our Ipa who happened to join us in our last 2 segments, at the time he watched the video, he was in UK. I don't know whether his life is on air now. At the time he watched our program 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, he was in UK when I announced that my birthday was coming up. So invariably in that segment, I was drinking red wine. So he heard when I said I love red wine. So he was in UK. So when he came to Nigeria, I had a cousin of his that was coming from Italy. So he had to beg that one to order a full carton, 12 bottles of red wine for me. So, and I have to thank him. I went to the hotel yesterday to collect the full packet of red wine. So my red wine over there, okay, red wine. So that's the red wine I'm drinking. Sweet and very nice. So Uwese no one for if you Robert Jane Jenner. I think he's returning back to the UK today. But we're together. I went to see him in the hotel yesterday. It was a great man. I had an amazing time with him. So um, I've had quite an amazing time. I've had quite an amazing time with a lot of Edo people. My shoe rack is full. Any of my followers and fans that are in Nigeria, they always have one gift or the other to give. So my shoe rack is full. Why I was saying. Hmm. Southern parts of Africa. As of now, we've not been able to trace. We don't know, but if we know, we will be able to find them. Not be only being my leader. You understand? So, I'm a cheerful giver. Now, VNO, I don't know what to be VNO, but if you go, I'll bring the bottle so that I might show now. Oh, Ghana. Well, my level don't increase. The red wine, my Nigerian red wine, we don't do local. We do international Italian red wines. So all of you that is still looking at me with all those local high, the more how they use local high, they look me. It's otherwise international. Well, by August this year, we're going to shut down Benin Kingdom. All right. We're going to bring at least today is what's today's date? Today is 9th or 10th of April. I want you people to write it down. That is otherwise said is going to bring at least 35 royal majesties of Benin descendants to celebrate their ancestral connection to Benin Kingdom. Historically, 10th. So I try to always say this. My word is my bond. We just need 3-4 months to make a very good preparation. And once those preparations start up, we'll be able to hit our targets. All right, and that's exactly what we intend to achieve this year. So, West Ultimate Kevin Nines. So, GBD's Association of Great Benin Descendants is going to make it happen, like it has always made it happen in the past 5 years, 6 years. So there is no cause for alarm. You understand? So I'm still waiting for anybody to be able to say that those things I have said I will do, I didn't do them. I've technically, by power of God and our ancestors, achieved all of those goals that I've set out, and I'm setting out another goal for myself. I'm setting another goal for myself. We will bring 35 royal majesties to Benin Kingdom. It is easy. It is not an uphill task. I was telling Ubinohwa this thing last week that I was not supposed to say that. I was telling Ubinohwa this thing last week, and that it's achievable. It's not something. It's not a big deal. It's something we have always done. It's something that the ancestors have given us the capacity to always execute. The facts and figures are all there. It speaks for themselves. All right, it's just that we're very, very not fully obliged that the palace is willing now to take us as the children that we've always been, a very good ambassador of the palace, to be able to introduce the palace presence in bringing all of these Benin descendants back to their place of origin. And that is a massive plus for us. And that's to us, and that's what we've been waiting for, so that we can be able to. There are some doors that we cannot open, that it only takes ifiakpa, okay, boy, and it opens. So it's massive. It's massive. So we should start making preparations. And I always tell people, it is not about the financial support. Sometimes it goes beyond that. It goes beyond everybody taking Izoduwa's project, GBD's project, as their project. It's all of us. It belongs to us. I've never always believed that every mandate given to me belongs to me. I'm not a guy who's so crazy about, if not because of the fact that I teach Benin history. I'm sure that a lot of persons do not, outside Benin history, nobody knows me beyond that. It's not as if I'm so social media savvy. If it wasn't Benin history, I wouldn't have been a guy who everybody would know. Okay, so don't know why more again is said. So it's just what we want to do. So it's going to be great, and I want each and every one of us to. I want each and every one of us to be able to key into this idea, and see this idea as their own. All right, as their own. I was with one of my big brothers today. I always tell him that God and our ancestors have blessed quite a lot of Benin people. All right, I put them in the place of authority to be able to make effective changes. All right, and I don't really know why people, when God give them so much opportunity, why they always misrepresent or abuse the such rare opportunity that God and our ancestors have given to them. I cited an example of the former Ojonwo mother, Roland Ekoe, who God and our ancestors blessed beyond limitations, and how could he has gotten to that place and abuse the power, the very rare privilege that God and our ancestors gave to him. I don't know why people do that. I feel that when God and our ancestors blesses a person, you should be humble enough to be able to use it positively to help your people and your land. And that's the reason why the ancestors have blessed you in truth. All right? So, and I've always prepared myself that someday, somehow, sometime in the future, we will be in the shoe like some of these people who has abused this power have been. And what could help us not to derail from always being the good person. And I've always keep telling myself that every day I'm going to wake up and tell myself that it is God and our ancestors that gives, and it is also the God and our ancestors that takes. So I wouldn't have a pride to deliver what was given freely, and why should I be proud for what was given freely? And that's why Ministry of Art and Culture called me. I'm supposed to deliver a lecture on Thursday. I'm supposed to deliver a lecture on Thursday, but they had some logistics and venue issues in Edo State Ministry of Art and Culture as their resource person to be able to. They are hosting a symposium. I'm their guest lecturer, so I'm delivering an extensive topic. So I've been working my ass off to put pieces of materials together, and although it was rescheduled, I think it should hold either this week, this coming week, or next week. So you all are going to follow me live. So the ministry called me and said, "Well, we're actually contemplating how much do you think the ministry can offer you?" Funny. in order for you to deliver a lecture on how you can modernization and digitization of Benin cultural heritage or Edo cultural heritage. How do you promote? How do you digitize it? How do you make it appealing, all right, to the people? Um, so I remember telling the one of the directors in the ministry that my job, my duty is to come and deliver these topics. It is not my duty as to being paid or whether being paid. And I was like, that shouldn't be a deterrent factor. All right. That shouldn't be a deterrent factor. That shouldn't be a deterrent factor. All right. I'm not crazy. Anybody who has come to me knows I'm not crazy about being paid for anything that I have to share about Edo. And because I know that the knowledge I have about my history, it's a gift. And not because I read so much. A lot of people read way better than I do, but I interpret the history better than they do. So that's a gift. So it's not right, it's not appropriate for me to sell the gift that I was given freely. So I believe that freely I was giving, freely should I give. So the woman was really shocked. I was like, man, I just want to deliver the lecture. I'm not interested in whether you pay me or not. Let that not be part of your thinking. It is not important to me. All right? God has a way of blessing those that do some of these things. My interest is that I really want to go out there to tell the people how we can digitize, how we can spread out Edo cultural heritage. And that's what I'm interested in. And there shouldn't be limitation about whether I get paid or not. I'm not saying everybody should be like me. I'm just saying that is what I feel. I think that this whole thing about Edo cultural, understanding cultural heritage and all of that should be like. I know my story 2-3 years ago. Some friends that I'm quite not close to now, they understand that basically quite all of them used to take care of me. I was just a guy who really loved, who had passion for Benin history, who have always wanted to propagate it. All right. And I had friends who always sent me 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 then. And I was really, I'm still very grateful to them till date. All right. But some of them we've not really, some of them we've not, I blocked some of them we really don't talk anymore. Not that I don't appreciate them. Sometimes some persons can cross some certain lines that you don't really like, and you just have to block them off. These people really know my story. Then, in the course of my service to my land, I started my own company, I started my own business. And as small as it has been, it has grown to a particular height that I know I can take care of myself to a very large extent. So, and that's what I'm grateful for. And I feel that all of these things happened because I wasn't all about money. And I'm still not all about money. I feel that one of the greatest supporters, one of the people who have patronized my services are the same people who I freely teach this Benin history, who I've been all this while trying to be freely inspired. So to me, it's really a privilege. It's not a right. It's really a privilege sharing my knowledge with our people. I don't see it as pride. I see it as privilege. And everybody that has had one-on-one conversation with me knows that I'm this guy who is so down to earth. I'm not, all right, I can not be too down to earth when I talk sometimes, but if you know me, I'm this very guy. When people try to call me a pa, I was like, I not be a pa, or you senior me a pa. There's this one of my friends. is a former Ojon woman that Monday. He was calling me a party. I was like, Ojon Kakaboso. I really don't. I really feel so I think that's how I think. It's for me. It's a service that I was meant to render, and it's free. All right, and I'm very humble about it because I feel humble to do it. I feel privileged. I feel that our ancestors and God could have chosen another person to embark on this project, and they could have done it better. So I feel that a lot of persons know these things way better than I do. And I'm very humble to learn from them. So I do not feel that I know these things better than anybody. That's why it gives me cause to be humble. All right. So it's the beautiful aspect of our collectivism. So well, that was just all of that, but I can assure you a great program is coming. Agadagada is going to be huge. It's going to be very, very massive. All right, it's going to be huge. It's going to be very, very massive. So I'm calling on all of you that something massive is going to hit Benin Kingdom by August. And I want you all to join me, and so that we can be able to celebrate our history and be able to celebrate our culture. So we should start all of those preparations we are going to make. I will have to go for, I'm not going to go alone this time around. From the feeders I'm having, all right, from the feeders I'm having by the power of God and our ancestors, I keep praying. From all of these arrangements that I'm having, I'm not going to go alone to Ghana, all right. Some palace chiefs, okay, signed and enabled by the great Oba of Benin, will accompany some of the few young lads to Ghana for July Benin Festival. And in anticipation that we'll also use that venue to invite them, the Chitse, Bobu Wolmo, and the councils of the Nongwa traditional councils, some of their representatives to also come for a program that we are going to slate for August, or so tentatively August. All right, so tentatively August. So everything is going to be beautiful. So I'm not going to go alone this time around. Oh, you know, buy more. I think this is a partner. Well done, Mr. Ezodowa. Tell the. I think this was a pie I went to see. The pie that gave me wine. I think that's a pie. If I respond, though, I can't really remember. I think that's a part that gave me wine, Mr. Teddy. Aha! No, I'm not sure, Princess Osamudi. I'm just trying to confirm. I'm not sure. I think it's him. Meye Nyogeri. But I wish I can view his picture. I should be able to know. I know he has only been part of us. That was the first time he was part of us. He joined us live. All right, so Ipa should be able to answer if he was one. It's Ipa, Domo. A red one where my Dana. So you see, I know they lie. Yeah. So he gave me a carton of red wine. So So, na papi that. Don't know why. You see, people love me. So, so those are when I make get red one. What have you already? Understand? So if you took plenty, yeah, mama, for my wedding ceremony. Mm-hmm. Don't know why. I appreciate. Thank you for being for be for being humble enough to be able to receive me, even if you are way older, like way older, like older, way older to be my father. It was very humble enough to. But I was so today, like I said, I'm in a bid to come online today on live today. I wanted today to be an open program. Uh, to be an open program so that people can ask 2 3 questions, historical questions, so that we can deal with it. Now, no, it's not alcohol. It's non-alcoholic. It's red wine. Red wine has very little percentage of alcohol. All right, very little percentage. All right. So I did promise I wasn't going to drink. That was whiskey and all of that, but the red wine is very little, less than anyhow. Anyhow, this is just like water. I mean, no, it's sweet wine. It's like Christopher Jacob. So today we're going to, I'm going to throw the floor open. I'm going to throw the floor open. So if you have any question, you can ask so that we can deal with it. If I know them, I can attempt to deal with them. If I don't know them, we'll just pass, or we can invite someone who knows them, or who really know the topic to deal with it. All right. So that we're trying to make it today. It's a general discussion. You know, sometimes I used to do general discussions where people can just throw some questions, then we attempt to answer some of these questions, those ones that we know, those ones that we don't know. So, area no, area no. All of those are our Edo language teacher. I think I should be having classes with I do money mama I has do okay now do mama I do so. I actually spoke. Funny enough, let me tell you what happened today. I actually spoke with one of the Nogi today. I didn't know that I made a statement that was not right. He now told me, "Doni nuzeni umazo Isee." So I was like, "Iwala, bokwa." Funny enough, that's what really happened today. So that's why I'm so scared. You won't understand, ja. so I don't go fuck up. I've been scared about some certain things. There's some certain things that get me really scared. You know, so like for example, meeting the Omo, you know, if you not buy the Azebo, ma Omo. There's some certain things that get me scared actually. Let me know near the Tia, near the Tia, no near the Tia for and all of that. Some of my friends, close friends, knows that I'm quite scared about some certain things. On that, I think I've addressed that. Uh, um, Kevin Nines, where the Benin salutation started and who created it. Ogiso Erebo actually created it. But the first greeting recorded was Laisu. All right. The first greeting was Laiso. Okay. Tell us what make our people in Ghana to run away, Zoro. Efosa Esoge, are you in Nigeria? Are you in Edo State? Are you currently in Edo State? Are you in Benin City? Efosa Esoge. I just want you to answer that question before I can answer your question. Are you currently in Edo State? Are you currently in Nigeria? I can't really remember why it all Bazola took what to what on. I've never heard in any of our extant history the flame that Obazola took war to Ugoton. I have never read anywhere. I'm not saying he didn't, but I'm just saying that I can't remember. I don't, Princess Osamudi, I don't tolerate insults. Please, my platform limits insults. Don't insult anybody. He asked a question. I needed to inquire. Does it base in Benin City or in Edo State? Okay, true. I went to do an historical voyage to O. All right. I went to do historical voyage to O. I did promise I was going to talk about my voyage at O. Okay, maybe I'll talk about it. I'll talk about. I know, say na so it be. Utekom, the flame, where is the village of Isee that was later translated to Iselogbe? Utekom, the flame. If you've been following my activities, my private activities like my estate, everybody that lives in Benin, I've been hearing Isee Estate. I named my estate after Isee no Utekom. It's from Utekom. I named that estate after him. Isee. That's the name of my estate. My three estates like that in Benin here. It's called Isee Estate. All right. So if the Esoge guy answered that, but let me go back to the very first question that was asked by Kevin Nice. About salutation. Ugiso Abel introduced the family salutation system, and the first greeting was Laiso. All right. Every other greetings, but that was what was written. All right. But technically, I agree. But I feel that the Laidu and Lamehi should be the two oldest greeting in Benin, because even the Laiso, it's an extract of Laidu and Lamehi. In one of our classes, I told you that the Efa and the Emehi families were all the children of Efa, Efa and Emehi. We are the children. All of us are all the children. So every family. So that means every greetings, all of the 50-something greetings came from these two greetings. The Laidu greeted by the Ifa family, and the Lamehi greeted by the Emehi family. These were the two unadulterated sons of Paidu. All right? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm asking because I'm confused. My community, the current Enoge wasn't Lamogo, but he became Enoge aside greeting. me understand. I don't really understand your question well. Please, Ipa, there are some. Let me get that question. There are some particular families that are not direct descendants of Lamogun. Not, uh, not, not all family, not all Enigi are Oba's children. There were communities that existed prior before the second dynasty. Imi, communities like Imi, communities like Ugoneki. These were that their origin is traced back to the very origin of Edo land. There are some communities that had existed long before the existence of the Oba dynasties. So they had leadership structures, all right, before Abobakia giving Yariogi Enogi. So these people already had a structure of their own leadership. So in the imperial wisdom of the Obas, they allowed these people continued in their lines of leadership by making it hereditary to the line that was holding forth those leadership roles at the time of the eras of these Obas. So there are two types of Enige, the ones that are direct descendants of the Obas of Benin and the ones that are not. So if you are from Ugoneki, you should know that if Ugoneki decide to not be greeting Lamogu, it is by their own will. Ugoneki had existed even before the eras of the Ogisos. Ewone tele no. Ewone tele no. So it is the community that existed for a very, very, very long time. All right. So, Lakun. Me I say on van wae ovio kuname. This is very Lakun Ovanwe Lakun is very Ovanwe Lakun is the sweetest. Ovary Lakun is the sweetest. After they will say something. I usually there are some pass. There's one woman when you greet her Lakun. And when Oya die, she will come to talk me since other to you kunam. I don't know. Igedum. No, I don't know. Igioduma, no. Lage one predominantly are the Udo people, the access of the Udos. I think I was deliberating with it. I told you, Nosaige, that I read the story that you sent to me. It is what I told you. It corroborates with the story that I told you. All right. A larger unit of families will break apart to form another unit of families who becomes authority in their own image and can create. If I become a very strong authority tomorrow in Benin and well recognized, like the way maybe, for example, the way I'm from, where is this Iguyase? Is it not? Are you sure that it is not the Iguyase that I saw today? I saw one Iguyase at close to Igworiahi. The flame. I went to Igworiahi today. I went to church on properties at Igworiahi today. So I actually saw one community that they call Iguyase. I hope it's not that Iguyase at Ovia Southwest. After Ovia Northeast, you get there. So I hope it's not that Iguyase. I saw one community called Iguyase. I have a friend that greets Layu. They should have scattered. All right, like one family It's an offshoot of the. I'm certain of that. It's an offshoot of the Lamogun. So some greetings were offshoot of one, but I'm just saying that every greetings are offshoot of Lamehi and Laidu. All right, Ifa and Emehi family. That's where every greetings come from. But the first institutionalized family greetings is Laiso, the greetings of the Ogisos, which metamorphosed to Lamogu. And I've always said it, that the earliest Obas of Benin greeted in one of our class, that the earliest Obas of Benin greeted, Laiso, all right, until Prince Ewa had to buy the greeting Lamogun from the Gun family. All right. What about Lavieze family? We call it Lavieze. Lavieze. It's not easy. Eze. Lamosun, we greet Labo. Labo is a very prominent family. Which family greets Labo again? I can't really remember. Lamosun, yeah, Lamosun. I know Lamosun. That's the Eo family. I won't be able to remember all of these families. Who was? He was the Iyase of Ezezuwania. Is Ezenozuwa. It was the appellation of, I think I've talked about it, Nosadiba Samsi. It was the Iyase of Obaorogboa. Obaorogboa's father was Obaehengbuda Nobu. Obaehengbuda Nobu had stationed one of his most fierce military general in the present day Ika land, or present day Delta state. All right. It's in the present day Ika land, or present day Delta state. And when Otoridiore, when the son of Obarogba's father was not Ehembuda, or Ehembuda was Obarogba's son. Obarogba's father was Isee. So Isee is one of the most trusted and fierce warrior, was sent to the present day Kaland, where he fought several wars, and he became a military general that was recognized and honored for Giobere in a place now called Onisha Olona. He buried a son. History can no longer remember the name of his son, but what history can remember is that the name of that he later came to Benin and was made the Iyase of Obaorogboa. His name, the Benins now remember him as Iyase Obodombem. It's not Lavieze is not traced to Eze Chima. Because, well, I don't need to disagree with that. I have, in one of my videos, I have factually dispelled, how do I say it? I don't want to be offensive. How do I say it? Chief Isoma is one of the most respected chiefs in the palace of the Oba of Benin, so I don't want to be seen disagreeing with him. But I've had a talk. I think we can talk about that. But Eze Chiman did not create the Lavieze. Didn't. It's only a prominent family within Benin. Noriegiorgedo that can have a greeting aligned to him. Isee Shima wasn't part of it. In the first place, it's not easy. I've always said that his name is not Isee Shima, it's Ihimi. And it was that Iyase of Obarogba who was brought up in the surrounded by Igbo territories, whose greeting peradventure was always Obodebem, that its aim is a patriarch of Isee. Isee Shima was never an Iyase, so how come that the Iyase's greeting is traced to him? The historical narration that was given by our most respected Esogba was rather misinterpreted. I don't want to say he's wrong, because it's wrong for me to say that he's wrong. It was misinterpreted. All right, but that, let me leave it that way. I've answered that one before when I was dealing with Oluowori's talk. So I don't want to the Laviese is not to Isee Shima. It's to that Iyase of Obarogba, which the Benin remember as Iyase of Bodobem. It's not Igbo. I've already explained it. Should the case Igbo people, it's from his father became the head of a place called Onitsha, Olona, in present-day Delta State. The history is there. Igu Wangwe, I don't know. But I think it's a straightforward history, Mr. Johnson Osaige. I'm from Igu Wangwe, so it should have been founded by one of the Wangwes of Benin. But I wouldn't know which of the Wangwe at that time of history that founded it. Why you are large, Princess Osamudia, means that it is not a family greeting. It's not a statutory family greeting. What you now call Laviese is not a statutory family greeting. It's mobile. So every man, if for example now that I currently greet Lamogun, and in the future, the Oba now makes me the Iyase of Benin. For example, I didn't say that. I'm just saying, for example, if I become the Iyase, the tradition requires that I change my family greeting from Lamogun to Laviese, because I am now an Iyase of Benin. So the Iyase greeting is not statutory. It is not one family that owns it. It's series of families. Any family Nogi to Iyase. At one point in time, the Laviese was never their family greeting. If you trace your history back, you discover that you had a family greeting before, but one of your patriarchs became Iyase, and by that ordination, it now changed the greeting of the entire nuclear and extended family. So that's why Laviese is everywhere, because unlike all the greetings that are statutory, the Laviese greeting it's mobile. It moves from one family to the other. So that's why it's large. Nusadeba Samsi, Utik Benin, is not an Ezomo. That is a Henwa. Utik Benin. Utik Benin is the present patriarch of the Ezomon's family. Ati Utik Benin. Alright? Then Ezenozua is not Ezenozua, more correctly, is not a name, it's an appellation for the Lavieze. With greeting. Okay. I might not know all the genesis of every greetings. Laure, I know of the Laure family greetings. I might not exactly. No. The Lavize is for the Semero. No, the Semero greeting is for Latose. Is the Semero greets Latose. Two family greet Latose. The Eholonire greets Laire. That is where the Ogiamian family belongs to, the Eholonire's family. Oloton, not Oloton, Edonhen greets Latose. Olia, Laogele, Edonhen Latose, Ezomo, Lagesan, Eo Lamosun, Eholo. Now that's I'm correct now. Edonhen and the CMO greet Latose. Well, I think yes, Laobo, yes, should be traced to Ehembuda Nobu. In any CMO, except I don't know the CMO you are talking. The CMO you are talking about, Mr. Edo Oduyi. So if it's is it the CMO, the one that we call Asaka no Songyomba? I don't know why one of them, probably one of the Latose family members in history, eventually became an Iyase. So if any of the Latose, originally Latose family becomes an Iyase, yes, he can now greet Lavieze like I have explained. I'll be greeting my mother. Well, I did not say that you are not related, though. I haven't said that. Your body to the heart. I'm just saying that. You said that the Lavieze family is very big. I now explained to you why. It's not a statutory family greeting. Asaka no Soyon is from Iseme. No, the flame. Asaka no Soyon ba Abi Seme Oya Wangbe. Almost 4 family are greeting Labo. Let me investigate the matter. Family salutation, because now I use family greeting. Let me see whether I have something on family salutation here. Kpere family 81. Okay. Labo, where's the Labo now? The Labo has, you are correct, or 10. Four family have greets the Labo. Family number 1, Enogi of Ugo, Sakomba Road. On the Ugo ni Korean. Ojonwe of Iduebo. So that means it was created by, correctly, Hengboda Nombo, because it was, Uduembo was created, Udum, Nanadum Ebo, not Ebo, Ebo. Oh, so not Ebo, Ebo is sham. Ebo is native doctors. Get it? Ebo is white people, foreigners. Ebo is charm. Charm. Ate Ebo. But Ebo, native doctors. Obo, native doctor. The plural form of native doctor of Obo is Ebo. Ebo, charm. So, Idue Ebo, quarters of native doctors. Oswan of Benin, Osenugbe of Benin. These are the 4 families that greet the Labo. These are the 4 families that greet Labo. Yeah, I want it. Someone asked Laowe. That's a Nogi of Uwe. Okay. Oloton Lando. Okay, I've tried. No. I was with a friend. I chatted with a friend about 2 weeks ago. You know, I will remember, because the Ogamian people, I will remember again doing here. Then that is why the Oba of Benin of old, in their infinite wisdom, created a neighborhood watch. He created a quarter of Isee where naturally, actually from a community called Uhie. It was during my travel, it was during my voyage, not travel. It was during my voyage to Uho. That is when they now told me that on a compa Uhie in along Saple Road, the real pronunciation Oye is a quiet so if I got some very very beautiful information. I don't want to share them. I'm putting them in. I'm gathering the pieces. That Eva Egenede, the founder of that Uhu, the Prince Ogun in the real way, are you here? Kenya are you? Yesu, ni swear, Prince Ogun say, what are here? Va Ake Akinisi, what are here? What are here? Yesu no worry, the underworld or the upper world. So oye here, it can oye here, I do it here. Now, that is the original home of the CML, but the others of them knew the volatile nature of the Ogiame and their propensity to be troublemakers. So that's why he now took this CML guild and stationed them right opposite, almost opposite the Ogiame house. A palace now. So that they women, this will just quickly flog them. So I was quarreling with one of the ECML song the other day that you people are failed in your responsibility of flogging these Ogiame people who are now legendarily known as troublemakers. Who are now known legendarily as troublemakers. So I know. Because they are one arm. Because they are one arm, they are just like a family arm, one of the family arm of the greater Benin people. That's where they have one family. That's why they have one family greeting. That's why they have one family. That's why they have one family greeting. So, the Nogie of Hera. It is not an insult, no Sadeba, and you shouldn't take it as an insult. It's not an insult. If you have been following our program, it is in the patriarch, in the religious trinity of the Edo people. There are three arms of power. God the Father, the Spirit, the Olokun, the Spirit which is the Olokun, and the manifestation of the Spirit which is the Oba of Benin. Olokun represents all that is riverine, all that is water, all that is lash body. He is the god of the water. The Oba is the god of the land. So he takes, by the providence, by the hierarchical structure of this triology of the Benin religion, God is number one, Olokun is number two, the Oba of Benin is number three. So that's not an insult. Oba Norame Ose Noroke. It is not an insult. The Urunigbe people does the Igwe festival before the Oba of Benin, because Olokun is greater than the Oba of Benin. So that's not an insult. So that's not an insult. So people shouldn't be too overzealous about that. And I've always said it, Olokun is not okay. For instance, the family greeting of this writer is Lakun. And the answer is, okay, who wrote this chapter? Let me see who wrote this chapter. And you know, I was saying it just now. Like, for example, the present Isee of Benin, his family greeting is Lakun. Now, look at what he wrote. For instance, the family greeting of this writer is Lakun, and the answer is Okume no yuwa. Ugbao nugege. Abi nugegbe. Oviame Obanya Kpere Koyo Vime. I repeat, Okume no yuwa. Ugba onugegbe. Ugba onugegbe. Oviame Obanya Kpere Koyo Vime. Child of the Olokun, the deity of the sea, the purveyor of all prosperity, the face that reflects beauty as a mirror does, the child of the water with which Oba's beads are washed. Hello, my child. So that's so normally when Agatowe Lakun where that is how you. I know I said before that the Lakun greeting is very, very unique because the way they used to answer. So the present Iyase of Benin's family greeting is Lakun. All right, it's Lakun. But I think it's one of the few Iyase that refused to change his family greeting to Labiese. Otherwise, his family would have stopped greeting Lakun and they would have been greeting Labiese because as an Iyase. But I know I'm certain they still greet Lakun. So Lakun, very nice. So if you are from Lakun family, Ovawa is very sweet. So, and very palatable. So, these are some of the topics we need to talk about. So, I think we are almost rounding up. So, any other question? Olokun is not classified as a deity. Okumeno Yuwa. Olokun is not classified as a deity, and it never will. I've always said that. Olokun is not a deity. In the triology of our religion, Olokun is a divinity. If the Benin people had worked on our religion, Olokun is supposed to be one of the subhead, men are being Holy Spirit in the Christian religion. Olokun is supposed to take the form of the Holy Spirit, or even Holy Spirit is supposed to take the form of the Olokun. So Olokun is not a deity. Olokun is not Ebo. It's a religion. He has his own followers, the priestesses and the priests of Olokun. But remember, Olokun is not Ohu Obiaeno. Ebo, Aga, Highway, Asikankanyo is a divinity. Let me try and read something from a particular topic I don't like to talk about. Okay, look at what look at what Ebohon wrote. Hierarchy in Benin cosmology. God, sub-gods, sub-goddess, deities, spirits, elements, and hovering spirits, ancestors, lower souls, lost souls. Hierarchy in Benin cosmology. God, according to Ebon, has 4 forms. Osanogodwa, Akpama. Has 4 forms. God is called Osanogodwa, has 4 forms. The forms that God exists, according to the Benin cosmology, is number 1, Akpama, Udazi Oriole, Ohova, Odiova. These are the 4 forms that God exists upon the Benin cosmology, according to the legendary Ebon. I don't get to read all of this spiritualism, but I have quite some books about them. Akpama, Udazi Oriole, Oomva, Odionva. Then the sub-gods, that is where you have Olokun in the Benin cosmology. And he also classified them as Ogiwu. Ogiwu and Olokun are sub-gods. The bringer of words and life, Olokun, and the bringer of death, Ogiwu. These are sub-gods. Then you have sub-goddess. The sub-goddess is Oto, the earth. It's a sub-goddess. Then classifications of the deities. There are quite a lot of deities. Okwae, Ebomisi, Akenisi. These are deities. Then you now have the Shiros, the heroines. Like under the deities, you have hero. That's where you have Okwae, the Ebomisi, Ezuku. You have Akenisi. But under the heroine, you have Ovia. Ovia is a woman. Okwaeno. Then you have the Ele. I've always talked about the Ele. Ele Niye Y. All right. Then you have the spirit element and ovary spirit. Then you have the ancestors. The ancestors are classified into two. The male, Eini no wine. I didn't even know that now. I didn't even know that now. I just know now. There's something I needed to talk. Male, Eini no wine. It's a male the ancestor. Then while female is Eini Noah. So Enyowa, now I say Enyowa is actually a female ancestor. Eni no Baowa, Owokueno. I didn't know before. This is not according to Izoduwa. According to Imaso Izoduwa. This is not according to Imaso Izoduwa. That is how it is. Alright? Olokun is not a deity. It's not classified under Benin cosmology as a deity. And I'm not used to read all this Benin cosmology. But I think there are some parts I wanted to read. Like I said, Nosadeba Samsi, the concept of idol is dependent on how you rate them. I don't understand what you meant by the word idol. Olokun is an idol. Olokun has always been there right from the very existence. Way older than every Obas of Benin, way older than every Ogisos of Benin. So you cannot classify what has been with us. The Benins have always had two forms of worship, Osagbaye and Olokun. These are two original forms of the Benin worship system. Osagbaye, a system of worship to God. Olokun, the system of worshiping through the holy Harris. Then you also now have Awera, the ancestral worship. These are not idols. These are not deities. Along the line, we started to have heroes, great reputable heroes and heroines, which we now deified. Deifying anything is more like a colloquial way of saying that in recognition of this person. It doesn't make that person an idol. And moreover, I don't know what people classified. Olokun is not a lady piano. I've always said it. A lot of people have always confused it. So it's unclassified. So I don't even know where my enemy. Really? I think I saw something just now. Okay. What time is it? I think it's just a minute, please. Yeah. Okay. I think we've done quite a long time, so we are rounding up now. So, Olokun family salutations. But one thing I wanted you to understand the rationale for our ancestors creating the rationale for our ancestors creating the greeting system was because they wanted that we can have a self-identification mechanism system. One of the advanced, if that's a scientific invention, that wherever a Benin man will be, all right, wherever a Benin man will be, wherever a Benin man will be, main greeting will be able, he can be able to trace his ancestry to what how many generations that he can. Otherwise, it would have been imagine every other ethnic groups. Oh man, I think my phone my phone battery is about to die. I didn't charge this phone. Sorry, I'm just seeing the notification that my phone will be going off. Uh, all right, so okay, I just pray it doesn't go off. Go off. Yes, one of the highest. Prince Dennis Den. It's never been replicated anywhere else in the world. This is what technology is trying to now create genealogical line using genome analysis, using DNA, trying to use what they call genotypical ratios. All right, you create trying to create a genome line to identify the genealogy of a particular family. All right, so that is what the ideas of the white in this time. The Benin's have discovered it more than 1,500 years ago. That you have to find a way to self-identify yourself no matter where you are. It's easier. It's easier for me to be able to trace my genealogical line because I am Lamogun and I know that being that I'm a Lamogun and come from the Eboba, that sort of a thing, it makes everything a lot easier. All right. So that is things that we should. That is why it pains me if the modern Benin people are not thinking, they're not putting on their thinking cap. As of now, we're supposed to be inventing things that will grow, that will enhance the growth of the modern Benin society rather than bring down. That's why I was really pissed in my last video about someone trying to break down our cultural heritage because he wants to build modern whatever. All right, we are supposed to be putting our thinking cap on how to build on the beautiful ingenuity of our ancestors. These guys were, sorry, I call them guys. These people were amazingly brilliant. All right, amazingly brilliant, and that's what I think that the Benin people should be thinking about, not bringing all those ragged, low self-thinking people to now lead us. All right, we're having people who does not have foresight, who's not intelligent enough, who does not have the creativity, who does not have what it takes to actually lead us in this modern times, and that's where we've really, really missed it. So we need to start having people. We need to start having people who can really, 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 really put these things in order, and that's what is most amazing. So I'll be rounding up now. In conclusion, for some of you, Gifted. I know say you greet Lapcon. I have very good. You know say like I said down our appellation, those Lapcon family greeters. On our appellation are top notch. Top notch. Um so I thank all of you. So in conclusion, sorry, I'm seeing some people want to call through. I'm seeing some requests for live to join this video. I'm almost rounding up. Uh, um, so Wayawese, yes, beautiful beautiful masterpiece. All right. So I want to thank all of you who've been joining me. I always do that, and I also want to thank all of you who has always been in support of my uh, um, um, of my brand and of my business. So it's always good that I tell all of you. For some of you, have always supported me, support my business. I'm an exit developer, so always find a way to patronize your brother so that your brother can move forward, so that we can have, so that we can revolve our wealth around ourselves. So for the past 2 weeks, I've seen a lot of you call through that you wanted to get properties from me, and I'm really happy on how some of you have gotten properties from me. I don't want to mention names, but I think I have to mention names. Princess Osamudia got property from me. She's very troublesome. Why is that? So I will know. Then she introduced a friend, Christopher Jacobs, Madam Eve Ike, and quite a lot of persons have been calling through. So that shows love. It's massive, and I am very appreciative of the support. So I'm calling others to also support a brother to grow in his business. I think that's the only way. Aside giving me red wine, which I love, that's the best way to actually support me. All right, supporting someone who is. I did a post the other time and I say, who not follow me by me, not call me. Who not follow me by me, not call me. A lot of people took it personal. I was just playing around. All right, we'll take calls next week. The Flame. Next week Sunday, we'll take calls. And I have an amazing topic to speak about. Uh, now, and I don't want to see you. You're doing fantastic. She's been my greatest supporter. However, I was asked to also warn you to stop insulting your people. All right, insults. I always tell people, insults don't breed results. Insults don't. You don't convince people by being volatile. You don't convince people by being insulting. You can't convince people. It's only someone who is not learned, someone who is not schooled, that you will convince by being rash, by being harsh, by being, yeah, by being, yes, I was in Ghana last time. That was July, yes. I've been in Ghana this year to July. So I need a homecoming banquet. So I need a homecoming banquet from you guys in Ghana. I'll be in Ghana by July. I know they miss a Ga Festival, Oben and Shima. I'll be there first Saturday. I should be there 2 days before first Saturday of July. I don't know when first Saturday of July will be. No. I will not need my year in the beats to get all I have. I will not in Nigeria. So all of these, you guys are most amazing for the support, for supporting me. So keep supporting me. I really appreciate. And for those who don't have resources, I pray that God bless everybody to have resources to be able to patronize one of their own. And for those who don't have, you can also speak to friends who are interested in getting properties in Benin and in Abuja. Okay? So this one, my brother, they say, why taking that? Why am I Accra Mall? Now there, one of my brother, Mike, he want to use food, kill me. Biani lelele. So by the time I start making preparation, maybe before the end of this month, I should get my tickets. I should get my ticket to travel to Ghana. So I don't want it to be too expensive because I got the tickets last time. But if we are more too, we might have to use vehicle to travel because it's really fun. Those are coastal buses from Lagos. It's really fun. But if we are not much, we'll just fly. All right. So if we are not much, we'll just fly. But I think we need to be much more so that we can storm Accra. All right. Nedoga man useluga ma. Oba gogoi nedoga man useluga ma. So we're going to storm there. And so for those of our people who are in Ghana, so be ready. Your people. You miss Madam Eve. You miss well. So reach out to me. Princess Samudi Ame will reach out to you, Sandra Kuhn, to tell you where we have all of those properties. Princess, now you reach out to our sister in private. All right. And so I thank all of you. So next week, this coming Sunday, our next class will be very, very exciting. Will be very, very, very exciting. So I'm going to be talking about. I just did a research. I just did a research on one very fantastic community, and we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about that community next week Sunday by God's grace. So Sandra Cool, reach out to Sandra Cool. She's making requests of where our properties are. You know, say now you be my diaspora PA. Don't say now you be my diaspora Lolo. So so yeah, it's very large. And I said why it's very large. All right. And I said why it's very large. Which property? Osaze Oloto. I said I'm an exit developer, so I sell lands. I have in Benin, I have in Abuja. So that's what it is. So I thank all of you for joining us and those who came late. After I end this bulletin, after I end this live video, so go do well. Go do well to go back and look at what we've talked about since, and that'll be private. That one you say you I do it for my day. As an I will losing a now. Oh, God, I have a boo. I will know that. Anyway, it's a very funny guy. So I will see you all on. No, nothing like that. I don't think nothing like that. Nobody can land grab you. Nobody. So nobody can land grab you. All right. So free your mind from all of that. All of those, we've done all the necessary paperwork, signed by a good lawyer, and there's CFO, there's survey, and all of that. So you don't have to worry about that. It's very safe and it's very secure. So why I was it? Oba talk by always said. So I'll see you guys on Sunday. So please join us 6:30, 7 o'clock. Between 6:30 and 7 o'clock. we'll be on live so that we can talk about other very interesting topic as the ancestors will lead us so that we can be able to give all the best that we can possibly give to all of you. All right, well, we'll see. About talk ladies.